Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here with another BoomStick critique review. I'm currently doing the Children of the Corn movies, but I figured why not take a break on that shit, jump into something a little more current. I figured since I did Batman vs. Superman, I might as well do a review for Captain America Civil War. Now, to get the Marvel movies right off, without going into reviews for the films, I have done a review for Guardians of the Galaxy, and without doing reviews for all the others, which I plan on doing down the road, I'll just jump into what I think about the films as, just briefly. Iron Man, I love that one. That's a great film, one of the best comic book films ever made. Um, the Incredible Hulk, it's all right. It's all right. It's an all right movie. Okay way to kill 2 hours. Iron Man 2, I think, sucks. Iron Man 3, I think, is a good movie if you're okay with more Robert Downey Jr. without the suit on. It's at least a good movie, I think. Thor, I think, once again, is at least a good movie. Serviceable film, nothing amazing. Thor 2, I honestly think, is slightly better than the first one because I got more, even though the plot of Thor 2 is way stupider than Thor 1. There's more action in Thor 2, so I had a little bit more fun with the second one. Honestly, I did personally. Other films, Ant Man, I thought was a good movie, nothing special. It's a good, like, sugary coated family film. Um, Avengers, I thought was a great film, one of the best superhero films ever made. Avengers 2, I thought was way too overbloated. Should have been two movies. Pretty good movie, but nothing special or anything to write home about. Ultron, the villain, was a letdown. Captain America, I thought was at least a decent to good movie. Haven't seen it in a long time. I remember it being decent to good. I would say good. Captain America: Winter Soldier, one of the best comic book films ever made, hands down. Now on to Captain America's. Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, a great film. Um, I've already done a review for Guardians of the Galaxy actually, so if you want to hear more in-depth thoughts on that, just check that one out. But for next up, Captain America: Civil War. Okay, I watched Batman vs Superman. I've seen Deadpool, Batman vs Superman, and now Civil War. Okay, Batman vs Superman, I gave 3.5 stars out of 4. For all the problems that film has and its more muddled script issues, I still thought it was fun enough for me personally to give it 3.5 to say that's a pretty good film, enjoyable film. The fight with Batman and Superman is cool in that film, and it's a good fight. It's just that the fight holds no bearing on the film. It's just like when it's over, it's over. We're best buddies now. It doesn't mean shit. But that's the problem with that movie. And the reason for the fight is stupid. From Superman's point of view, it's stupid. But other than that, weak writing. The film is mostly enjoyable, and Jesse Eisenberg's half and half Lex Luthor. He's not horrible. He's just doing the typical more campy Lex Luthor we've seen in the other movies. He's just kind of upgraded to like the boy billionaire of today, like Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. He's doing his Jesse Eisenberg thing. I'm half and half on him in the film. I enjoyed him for the most part. But every now and then he just gets too kooky, like, "Ooh, I'm Eisenberg," like, too over the top. But I'm half and half on him. Um, Now, for Batman vs Superman being 3.5 stars, I'd give this movie Civil War 4 stars. I thought this was a great movie. Now, with that being said, it's a great movie, but it's not a masterpiece. And another problem with this film is that after I watched it, it didn't leave me with any lasting feelings. Like when it was over, it just felt like the Marvel movie of the week. This movie doesn't really attempt to break any new ground. It's a great movie for what it is, but it doesn't break any new ground. It's a great movie for the fun of it, really. There's nothing really like super amazing in this movie, writing wise or anything. There's nothing like mind blowing here. What I mean is that Guardians of the Galaxy, great space like comedy adventure film, whatever. Ant Man, good sugary coated family type film. Here though, it just feels like kind of been there, seen that kind of shit. If you're a hardcore like, comic fan like me and you've watched all the Marvel movies all the way through, I mean like fucking one, two, three, four, all the way up to this, you've seen the superheroes fight with each other. Here it's just extended. But there's no stakes to it because they're all holding back in the battle. It's a great battle and it's the best superhero battle ever on screen. The big melee battle here between all the Marvel heroes in these films together is the best fucking battle superhero wise ever on screen. But there's no stakes to it. It's just like a sugary coated battle of just pure fun. That's what this movie really feels like. It gets 4 stars because it's so enjoyable. This film is better written than Batman vs Superman. It's a lot better. It's much better written than Batman vs Superman. But with that being said, this film doesn't break any new ground. It really only I mean, let me put it this way: if you've seen all the other films and you've seen a lot of movies, you can easily predict this movie. If you're a movie fan and you watch this movie, you can predict almost everything that's going to happen in this fucking movie. Easy. It's telegraphed right out the gate. Beginning of the movie, a Winter Soldier assassinates somebody, and then like the next scene later, you see Iron Man talking about his parents. You know that's his parents. It's fucking telegraphed right in front of your face. You know it's going to come up that Winter Soldier killed Iron Man's parents. You know that's coming. So the whole movie, you're just waiting like, and then when they somehow have video footage of the actual incident, where for some reason the footage of the assassination wasn't destroyed, I don't know why. You think that would be like Hydra's first point of view, destroy the actual proof that they had this dude assassinated. But whatever, that's stupid. Um, when you get to that, you're like, duh, didn't see that one coming, did you? I mean, this movie is really telegraphed, but what helps this movie is how much fun it is. And I will disagree completely with people who say this is an Avengers film. This really feels like a Captain America movie to me. Point being is that in Avengers movies, they argue with each other and then they team up to take down a bad guy. In this film, that doesn't happen. This movie's led by Captain America in the beginning. It only starts feeling like an Avengers movie when all the heroes start fighting each other. But it's more like a big fun melee brawl. It's not like them actually going out for blood. Pretty much in the movie, we got Iron Man who wants to sign a paper that gives their rights over to basically the government, who can decide where the Avengers can go and who they can fight and what and when and where they can leave or go to or whatever. Um, Captain America says fuck that. One problem with these movies, these later Marvel movies, is Iron Man changes his mind like that. It's like he's whatever the the script wants him to do in that certain movie, he just jumps like mind wise and changes. It happens so fucking quick now. It's happening. It's happened in Iron Man 3. It's happened in Avengers 2, and now it's happened here. Iron Man has been doing this Avengers shit forever. He meets one person who says, "I blame you for the death of my son and some destruction you caused in Avengers 2 when you were fighting that fucking Ultron robot." And Iron Man's like, "You know what? I think I'll side with the government, even though I've never trusted them before." I'm like, "Wow, Iron Man, that took a lot to convince you there, buddy." That's bullshit. That's bad writing. Um, but where this movie really excels is in the cool idea it brings up of whether or not you should side with the government or not in this. It does bring up that good point of the whole Accords thing, or whether or not you should sign with them. And just so you know, if you like the Civil War comic, even though this takes the name, it's not really an adaptation of that. It changes pretty much everything. Um, but so you got one group that sides with Iron Man, one group that sides with Captain America. But the problem with this movie is the Accords thing is pretty much just it's just dropped. It's held up for a while in the movie and is still a decent story point through most of it, but it's just dropped. The only reason the heroes fight in this movie is because Iron Man wants to bring Captain America in because he's just blinded by his hate for basically not liking the Winter Soldier and not believing that the Winter Soldier didn't assassinate some people in Wakanda or whatever, or didn't or wasn't responsible for killing Black Panther's dad in the movie or whatever. He doesn't even really. It's not really about the Accords is the reason he's wanting to bring him in. I mean, it's more about just him just blinded with rage by that point and not trusting Captain America. The whole Accords thing isn't delved into enough. Like what I'm saying is, when you watch this movie, you can pretty much tell how it's gonna go. Honestly, I will say Black Panther was fucking awesome in this movie. He kicks ass. He was whooping motherfuckers left and right. When that dude puts on that Black Panther suit and he's got them claws coming out, he's like scraping Captain America's shield. He jumps up in the air and does like that backspin kick or whatever and knocks Captain America down. Um, he kicks ass, man. Black Panther. Black Panther was awesome in this movie. Spider Man, another thing. Spider Man was another highlight of the movie. Spider Man, Black Panther, and Ant Man were my three favorite parts of this movie. They were fucking awesome. When it gets to the big Royal Rumble between all the heroes, Spider Man is great. Best Spider Man, hands down for me. I haven't seen enough of his Peter Parker, honestly, to decide whether or not he's the best Peter Parker for me. Because he really doesn't do shit as Peter Parker in the movie. But Spider Man, best, hands down. Ant Man was awesome because, big spoiler, he turns into Giant Man and whoops a lot of ass in the middle of the big superhero melee battle at the airport. Giant Man was fucking awesome. The battle was awesome. Nobody, well, one person gets injured in the battle, War Machine, which gives the movie some weight, but that was surprising. But he doesn't die, so I don't know. That kind of pissed me off. I would have. Well, no, on second thought, I like that he doesn't die. Um, I like that he just gets injured. That gives the movie some weight. It did surprise me. That's one thing it did surprise me in the movie is the fact that he got one character got injured. But other than that, I saw everything else coming from a mile away in the film. Honestly, that's the only surprise I had in the film. Everything else was completely telegraphed. You get to the end of the film where the bad guy who's Baron Zemo, another shitty, weak Marvel villain. I don't get the idea of what's the deal with Marvel. They focus so much time on their heroes that they just say, "What villain?" Uh, honestly, the track record for their villains is atrocious. This guy's just another one in the shitty line of villains. I mean, he's passable for the movie, but he really feels like he shouldn't even be there. His plan is humongously convoluted to the point of ridiculousness. The movie just like writes in ways where we're supposed to believe that his plan would have worked, even though logically it makes no sense that it would. It's really stupid, but he's completely unneeded. But when you get to that final fight, when you see the video of like Bucky killing Iron Man's parents when he was brainwashed, and you see like Tony Stark fucking fly off and start trying to kick ass, the ending fight is fucking awesome. When Iron Man starts trying to take out Winter Soldier and Captain America, the ending fight is amazing. I do find it funny that Winter Soldier and Captain America are teaming up against him. Though I gotta laugh at that. Yes, he's taking them both 1-on-1, which is not fair anyway because he's in a well, even though they're super soldiers, he's in a fucking robot suit. So without the suit, they would kick his ass, either one of them. But he managed to like blow off Winter Soldier's arm. I will take that back. That's one other thing that surprised me in the movie is he blows off Bucky's arm. That's two little things that surprised me in the movie. But because War Machine, even even though it surprised me that War Machine got really injured, he doesn't die. So it just kind of really makes it feel like there wasn't any stakes in the battle. It's just like he only gets. I mean, put it this way: Vision is like fighting, and Vision fires at Falcon to stop him from getting away or whatever, and he misses Falcon and ends up hitting War Machine by accident. It's just an accidental hit. That's what happens. So sorry about the coughing, but it just really feels like there was really no stakes in the battle or no real pressure because it's not really a civil war in the movie. There's not really a civil war. There's not. They only start fighting like halfway through the movie. And it's one fucking battle and it's done. That's it. And the battle is just like playtime because everybody's holding back. And but anyway, War Machine only gets injured, so the battle just doesn't have enough impact. There's no oomph to it. Just because I mean, you know he's gonna be fine. He gets injured, but you know the motherfucker's gonna be fine. You know they're not gonna kill him off. They just played it too safe. Sorry once again. Know what the fuck's wrong with me? Got a cough going. But anyway, just to conclude this, the final battle is awesome. But those are the only two things that surprised me. But War Machine getting injured though just didn't have enough weight to it because I knew he was going to be fine. After they announced that he lived through it, I knew he was going to be fine. Part of me is glad he lived, but at the same time, he would have given the battle much more weight. Um, but you get to the ending. Winter Soldier gets his arm blown off. Iron Man gets ready to blow the fuck out of Captain America and knock him down. Winter Soldier grabs Iron Man's leg, which gives Captain America enough time to surprise attack him, and he rips off Iron Man's mask in a badass way. Gets ready to he lodges his shield into the Iron Man's chest, into his reactor, shuts the power off to his suit, throws his shield down, basically says "fuck you, Iron Man," and walks out. But once again, it doesn't really have any stakes to it because you know they're just going to end up being buddies again. Because at the end of the movie, sorry once again, I'm getting a bad cough here for some reason. But by the end of the movie, there's not really any stakes to what everything that's happened because at the end of the movie, Captain America like leaves Iron Man a note saying, "Here's a cell phone. If you ever need any help, call me." And you basically get the idea that Iron Man has regretted siding with the Accords or whatever, and with the government, and basically starting to change his mind. You get that idea at the end of the movie, so you know they're going to be buddies again. So it really doesn't matter. Uh, so there's no impact to it. This is a great movie, but for the fun, it doesn't. This movie doesn't feel like it has a lot of I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's enough like real heart to this movie. Like it doesn't break any new ground. That's it. It doesn't show me anything I haven't really seen before in these Marvel films. Still a great movie though for the pure fun of it and the action. Sorry once again for all that coughing. But out of the big superhero movies I've seen this year, this is better than Batman vs Superman. But Deadpool's still my favorite of the big three I've seen this year. Still looking forward to Suicide Squad and X Men Apocalypse. But honestly, I think Deadpool will be my favorite of the year. Oh, the villain gets arrested at the end, and everything he did pretty much amounts to nothing because even the Avengers will just be buddies again by the third movie because we already know what's happening. And it's the same problem with Batman vs Superman because we already know they're going to be friends by the end of the movie. So what the fuck does all this fight even matter? It doesn't mean shit. Uh, not to the core of the team anyway. I mean, they're all not chummy by the end, but you get those seeds planted to where you know they're going to be friends by the third Avengers movie. So it doesn't fucking matter. Um, it's the same problem with Batman vs Superman. That's why ultimately these heroes fighting heroes movies are a little bit useless. But at the same time, they're still fun to watch. So fuck it. All in all, yeah, 4-star movie for the pure fun of it. The battle at the airport is amazing when Captain America and Winter Soldier are trying to make it to a chopper so they can like get away to this Hydra facility or whatever, where supposedly these other super soldiers are being held at, where they think the bad guy Baron Zemo is gonna use them or whatever, but actually he's wanting to destroy them because he wants to. The bad guy in the movie wants to destroy the Avengers or get them to destroy themselves because his family was killed. He was a random civilian in the Sokovia or whatever in Avengers: Age of Ultron, and his family got killed in the battle, and he blames the Avengers for that. I'm like, does nobody know anything about what the fuck happened here with this shit? It was Ultron who made the flying fucking city. It wasn't the Avengers. I mean, why do they get blamed for everything? It's like nobody cuts them any slack whatsoever. I just find that funny. But anyway, yes, Tony Stark did invent Ultron, but why blame the entire Avengers for that? I mean, shit. But whatever. It also is really silly how some random dude off the street was able to pull all this off. Just because his family got killed. Yes, it makes him a tragic villain, but at the same time, it's just kind of ridiculous how like some random dude whose family just happened to die was able to pull all this off or infiltrate all this stuff and everything. It's really ridiculous. It's another weak villain, but I've the villain doesn't matter in this movie. What matters is the whole superhero thing. The big battle in this movie was great though. Okay, as far as I would rank this film on my Marvel list, I'd put it at number five, fifth best. Um, it's written really well, but there's not a lot of surprises in this movie like there was in Winter Soldier. Like in Winter Soldier, there's a lot of things I didn't see coming that were really surprising, and the action scenes in Winter Soldier were also better than the ones here, more intense. Although the superhero battle here is better than anything in Winter Soldier. But the action scenes in Winter Soldier were more intense and had more to lose in it. I felt more in them instead of the superhero battle here is more sugar coated and just fun. But yeah, this would be number five. Sorry once again for all the coughing, but yeah, this would be number five. As far as my Marvel films go, I would rate Winter Soldier is number one for me. Um, Avengers would be number two. Iron Man would be number three. Number four would be Guardians of the Galaxy. Five would be this Civil War. Still a great movie, but for the fun of it mostly. I don't think the plot is anything super intelligent here, honestly. I've heard some people say this should win Best Picture. I find that really silly. The Dark Knight was a much more intricate and better written script than this. That's not me being like a pro DC thing or anything. It honestly just was. But yeah, all in all, 4-star film, still a great movie, and I highly recommend it. And yes, it's better than Batman vs Superman. So I'll see you guys again with hopefully the next Turn on the Corn movie.